Hey guys, Jefferson Santos here again, International Marketing Director with World Ventures. And so now we talked about how to earn your income back. We talked about how to build from momentum. We talked about the director's bonus, how to earn that. We talked about your next steps, what to say, all of that. So now you've set the appointment. Now you're about to sit down with your prospect. What are you going to say now right before you press play on the video, whether it be a DVD, your iPad, laptop, tablet, whatever, or you're on the phone with them and it's long distance and they're across the country or across the world or whatever. And what are you going to say to them right before they press play on the video? So this is what it's all about. And so there's three things we're going to talk about. Your why, your all in, and then the takeaway. I'm going to break these three things down because this is the anatomy of what you say, and don't deviate from this. I'm telling you, this is time tested. One of our top trainers, Scott Ross, taught us all this, and this is the best way to really take down that sales wall, which is really, really important because if you don't say this, here's what happens. In the prospect's mind, while they're watching the video, they're thinking, what can I think? What kind of excuse can I think of to get out of, like, tell them I don't want to do this? That's kind of what they're thinking. But if you set it up properly, it kind of opens up the gateway for them to really receive the information that we're trying to convey to them. Does that make sense? And so this is really important. So let's talk about my why. All right. So this is where you get into your situation and what's going on in your life. All right. So for example, let's rewind way before World Ventures when I was selling advertising for a magazine. So if I set the appointment to meet you at Starbucks and we sat down at Starbucks, we chit chat a little bit, catch up, and I said, listen, I'm glad we had a chance to meet. Let me show you what's going on right now. I've been selling advertising for that magazine, as you know, for the last 3 years. And I've been doing client calls during the day, client dinners at night, and I'm literally burning the candle at both ends, and my income's capped out. I can't make any more there. So I've been looking for the last 4 or 5 months for something, and I found it. Okay, now that part, when I said I found it, is the next part, which is all in. But the why is you need to kind of let them peek into your life and what's going on. Whether you make a lot of money and you're like, hey, I make a lot of money, but I'm time broke. I mean, I never see my kids or whatever. Or maybe you say, I'm having challenges. already have 2 jobs. I don't want to get a third. I've been looking for something. You know, maybe you have been working 100 hours a week, or maybe you haven't been seeing your kids, or maybe you haven't been hanging out with your spouse or significant other. Just get into be a little bit vulnerable there, because that's when you have really a chance to connect. Okay, because when you're talking about your why, guess what? They're thinking about their why and what's going on in their life, right? So then the next part is, I've been looking for something, and then here's where it goes. This is the second piece. I say, I'm all in. Now, my expression on my face, my eyes are big, I'm excited. I'm not hypey and fake and all that. I'm genuinely excited because I'm happy about my life, because there's hope there. I know where I'm going, okay? And so I talk about my why, then I go, you know what? Something fell into my lap. I was praying for something. A trusted friend showed me something, and I'm all in on it. Okay, and that's it. It's your expression. 93% of your communication is non-verbal. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So it's your music, it's your posture, it's your body language, it's the smile on your face. Remember, tell your face that you're excited. It's a lot of people, they get so nervous, right? And just be excited. All right. And then after that, so right after I say, I'm all in on this thing, and then here's the takeaway, but I don't know if it's for you or not. And you have to say that, because you have to let them know that it may or may not be for them. And what that does is it kind of draws them to you, because if you said, oh, this is perfect for you, they're going to be like, well, you don't know what's perfect for me. You don't know my situation. But if you say, I don't know if this is for you or not, what that does is in their head, they're like, well, let me find out if this is for me. So it kind of actually leans them in to want to hear about the information. All right. And so then right before you press play on the video, whether that be over the phone on the computer and or the DVD or whatever, you say, listen, when the video's done, if you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. It makes no difference to me. I just didn't want you mad at me if I didn't tell you what I was up to. Cool? Awesome. All right, here we go. Boom, press play. That's how simple it is. Now, once again, when you're dealing with somebody long distance, do not text them the link. Make sure that you get on the phone with them. Make sure they're in front of a computer. Then give them the link when you're on the phone with them, when they're in front of a computer. Because if you just text them a link or email them the link, you're going to lose control. You don't know when they watched it. So now all of a sudden you're going, well, did you watch it yet? Now you've totally lost control. You've lost the upper hand, and now you're chasing them. You don't want to do that. So what I always say when people say, well, send me a link, say, no, I want to make sure we're on the phone. I want to make sure it pulls up for you properly. And they don't have any issues with that. All right. So let's kind of review again. All right. My why, I'm all in, then the takeaway. So let me kind of share my story again real quickly. So as you know, I was selling advertising for that magazine for the last 3 years and burning the candle at both ends. Doing client calls during the day, client dinners at night. I hit a ceiling on my income. I couldn't make any more money there. So I've been looking for the last 4 or 5 months for something to really help my income step up so I can really have that free time that I've been searching for, and I found it. A good friend of mine showed me this program or showed me this project, and I'm all in on it. It's awesome, but I don't know if it's for you or not. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna press play on this video and listen. If you like it, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Makes no difference to me. I just didn't want you mad at me if I'm doing something I didn't tell you about it. Now, if you just met your prospect a week ago, don't tell them, I don't know if you'll be mad at me, because it's kind of weird. You know, it's only for people you know really well. Does that make sense? So that's what you do there. So other than that, let's go build this thing, guys. In the next video, we're going to talk about the very, very important thing about who's validating you. Because as you go out there and build this business, you know, and you're talking to people one-on-one, it's really important that you have somebody else to validate you and to edify and play team. Okay, and that's what's really helped me build a multi-million-dollar business here in World Ventures. And so make sure you tune into that last video there. I hope this was of value to you, and we'll see you on the next video.